What's happening, people? We back. Another episode of RAOP. I believe this is 268.
No, 468.
468. Yeah, there we go.
468.
Yeah, I know I'm dyslexic or something.
Yeah, it's your boy, Ampavelli.
Mr. Jefferson.
Yes, we got our arch nemesis in the building.
Where am I looking?
Wherever you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, look in one of the cameras. It's cameras on cameras.
It is. It's a lot of cameras. Hey guys, it's Monty the Real Red Gemini, aka Mama Monty if you nasty, but please keep it classy.
Yeah, it's like
That's your little spiel? That's what
Yeah,
you do?
that's my slogan now.
Oh, okay.
I got it after like episode 6.
Okay.
No, I think I heard you. Wasn't you saying that when you was here with Eric? Oh,
That's when I had to think of something. I'm just like, hi, I'm Monty.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
I fuck with it. But yeah, we're glad to. It's like
Arch nemesis. Break it down like a fraction. I feel like we have a therapy session. Like we literally had a therapy session like for 5 minutes over the phone, and then we're like, we're gonna talk about this.
yeah.
I wasn't privy to this conversation, so.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, you weren't there when he called?
No.
Nah, I had. I think I went in the back.
Oh, you was like, this is serious.
No, I couldn't hear. This nigga watching.
This is a real phone call.
Either one of them niggas was recording or something. Or I can't remember. I had to step in the back.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just all like, let's go ahead and do this episode because for whatever reason, this young lady think we hate her. So
It's crazy because it's like, I didn't think you guys hated me. I'm a Gemini, so it's like I overthink so much. So I was like thinking all the negative stuff because there was just like so much negativity when I first started the podcast, and I just kept going. And then when I was looking out for support from other podcasts, there's not a lot of podcasts here.
it's not.
Yeah. So it was so hard for me to like do collaborations, get people to like fuck with my podcast. And I guess like after coming here, like I was so excited when I met Eric, and it was his idea for me to start the podcast. Like we sat on the phone for like 3 hours and he was telling me all this. I was writing it all down. Yeah. And then I don't know what it was, like something, I was just like, how come? I think it's like I reached out for a collab, and it was during the time like you were going through stuff and I didn't know you were going through stuff. And I apologize because like typical women, we just overthink. And I was just like, why is he ignoring me? Why isn't he, responding? And then I overreacted and I was like, fuck these guys. And I blocked them off Instagram. I was like, I don't want to see y'all. I don't want to talk to y'all. And it's crazy because I was like always on y'all's stuff, watching y'all's stuff.
Hey, look,
and I was like fucking with y'all's podcast like so hard. And I was just like, I expected, this is something I'm like working on. Like I set expectations for people higher than what they advertise, I guess. So like, that is what happened. And then Eric was like, you just need to talk to him. I'm like, what am I going to say? Because at the end of the day, like I knew it was like my fault. Like you guys didn't do anything to me.
I mean, I was going to say what made you hate us? Yeah.
No, you guys, it wasn't even hate. It was like, damn, I really expected like support from, I guess, like our people, But then like I can't expect things. And after I, tried, but like I said, he was going through stuff. So it wasn't something that I wasn't a priority. And it was like a wake up call. I was like, girl, these niggas don't give a fuck about you.
Nah, not even that. Let me ask you this. And I don't mean to come off no kind of way, but in that time, right? Mm-hmm. Were you doing any of the things for us that you were expecting of us?
Was I doing things for y'all? Yeah, like I said, I like followed y'all, and I literally watched y'all's shit. Like I
believe we followed you back, right?
No, I'm a part of y'all's watch hours. Like I watched y'all's episodes. I really like everything that you guys do. I took notes. Like I don't even consider like how people be like the best podcast in the world. You're now tuning in. I can't even say that because y'all are the best podcast in the city.
Hey, look, we appreciate the words now, but
and it's really not like, it's not even about like who did it first, who started it, who's the OG. It's about who does it like better, I feel like, and y'all do it better right now. So it's like, that's what it is.
I mean, so I look at anything, especially when it comes to close proximity shit, we shouldn't be battling. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really about who does it better. It's about everybody doing it right. And here's why. The more people that are tuned in to podcasts, period, allows for the narrative to change about podcasts. Because we know what they say about niggas doing a podcast. Yeah. You put 4 niggas in a room and they think they got a podcast. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot more that goes into that. It's thinking of topics, adding segments, it's adding variations to your show, period. Like we do live streams, we do bonuses for our Patreons. We do 3 or 4 different shows concurrent, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then we've tried different shows, you know what I mean? We've had our failures. We still have our, things that we don't execute in the ways we might see them through. We want to see them rather, but we try it, you know what I mean? And we make the adjustments to try and keep going. So again, I don't look at anything like, I make custom rugs and this little 3D printing shit, right? And some people will hit me up and be like, I didn't want to reach out because I didn't want you to feel like I was taking your thing. It's like, nah, nigga, don't feel like that.
Yeah.
Because the more people that are looking for a rug, trust and believe they're going to bring, some of that's going to come my way.
Yeah.
And then a part of that is the quality, right?
Yeah.
You got your quality up. You got your guests. You know what I'm saying? And I think that even looking at what we do as podcasts, we have 2 different approaches to it.
For sure.
So it's good to have 2, top tier shit. We need more top tier podcasts in the city because, again, we could be a hub for this. You know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of things that as a collective we should be talking about. When I was asking, like, were you doing the things for us that you expected of us? What I mean is this, sometimes people do expect for us, whether it be from a podcast perspective or from a personal perspective, to like and share their shit, right? Mm-hmm. I got a dude that sends me a DM like so much, I legit had to block him from sending DMs. I still follow him. I still show support when I see his shit. But I had to restrict that option for him to message me because you don't ever post none of my shit. You don't ever post the podcast shit on your page, but you're sending me your post expecting me to, go over the top about yours because they see me promoting other people's shit. But the thing about that is we promote things that inspire us, things that people that we work with and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Things that we do take from. Those are the kind of things that we share as just people in general. If you expect that of people, and this ain't to you, this just in general, to the listeners and whatnot. If you expect other people to like buy into your brand, buy into theirs. Do as much for them as you're hoping to get from them so that they understand it's a tit for tat. It's an equal trade-off. The more you support me, the more I'm going to support you, the more opportunities that come from it. We could do live podcasts here in the city to where it's variations. We got enough DJs to where there could be intermixing sets and things of that sort, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But for people that got a Saturday and really do just want to support people, that's the kind of things that working together we could, achieve. But
yeah, no, you're right. I've been like kind of changing what I'm doing to fit that narrative. 'Cause like I realized like that's what needs to happen is a collaboration. Mm-hmm. So I changed my podcast channel to like kind of like an off the top TV channel. So content creators can use my platform to have their own podcast, whether it's like some monetary shit, like 1 or 2 episodes and then they're gone for a couple months, or something that's like consistent. 'Cause it's like, so many people want to do this shit, but I want to be able to help people like do it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because that's my big thing. Like everybody want to do a podcast, but people would reach out to me. I want to do my podcast. I want to do a podcast. So I was just like, you know what? This is essentially friendly competition. So I need to make sure they at least do it right so I can have something to compete with.
Yeah.
So I see it like that now. Like my eyes are literally, and that's why I came here, because this is how my mind is right now. Like it's better if you like collaborate with people, because it's a dub for both people. It's not a arch nemesis competition. It's like a friendly competition. Yeah. But then like definitely want people's content and their shit to look right. That's the problem. Like I emphasize on like that. At least have your shit looking right. If you're gonna do what somebody else does, make sure you copy it from the blueprint. Go get the blueprint. Go buy it. Do whatever you got to do. So that's what I'm trying to do. And there's other people that want their podcast. They don't want to be under my platform. I'm still helping them because I'm like, just do the shit right. Exactly. And so I feel bad sometimes. I'm like telling them ideas and, oh, you should try this. You should do it that way. And I'm still learning myself. So while I'm teaching people, I'm learning. So I'll fuck with that though. It opened my eyes, definitely opened my eyes. Like what you're saying, I've already seen already. So it's like now I'm just like putting in the work to like be a better podcaster and a better like, I guess like business person, because I shouldn't mix it with personal, you get what I'm saying? Like I had like feelings. I was in my feels, y'all. I was so salty. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do the shit they're doing and then do it with them. And so I'm here.
So we appreciate you. Those some kind words. So I will say, out of the Jacksonville, we our podcast and your podcast, quality wise, nobody fucking with either one of us. So
facts.
I'm glad that I don't know. I wouldn't even say it was animosity. It was just like
I promise you, there was no animosity. I didn't hate you guys. Women are sensitive, and I'm gonna speak for myself because not all women are sensitive, but I'm super sensitive.
Women are sensitive.
If somebody doesn't like me, or if I feel like I'm not given that like attention or respect that I feel like I deserve, I will dismiss you out of my life, because it's like I'm going to drive myself crazy just like being able to see you. So when I was following you guys, I'm like, okay, I'm watching their stories. I'm liking their stuff. I had comment on stuff. This was in the beginning. And then I was like, oh, so they not gonna do it back? And I was like, okay, these niggas don't fuck with me. And I called Eric. I was like, Eric, how come your friends don't fuck with me? Like, tell them to be my friend too. Eric was like, they don't have a problem with you, Monty. I'm like, yeah, they're looking at all my stuff. They don't talk to me. They don't message me. Why are they looking at me? How come they're not talking to me? I was just overreacting.
Hey, we gotta throw Eric under the bus because he didn't relate none of these messages to me.
I would call Eric.
And I was gonna say it's two of us. You know what I'm saying? Like right. I don't know how you went about reaching out.
Which
you know what I'm saying?
I don't even know who I'm mad at. Like
yeah.
If I want to,
so you just wanted smoke.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm not gonna lie. It gave me motivation to be better, right? Yeah. And then I was able to just be like, all right, bitch, like, calm down. But like during the process, I'm not gonna lie. Like during like the process of like having people on the podcast and stuff, I would always tell people to go to y'all's podcast because they be wanting interviews, and I don't do interviews.
Yeah, we kind of don't do interviews either.
But y'all do a good job in delivering.
Yeah.
So like, I know if an artist come out, oh yeah, I got a new mixtape, I got a new project. I was just like, okay. I'll be like, go talk to DJ Rihanna, go to Creep on the Streets. Yeah. I'll be like, go to RAOP, because it's just like, my platform is not really for music. Like, yeah, you see artists on there. Right. You look at the podcast, we talk about music for like 5 minutes.
Right.
When the last time you had a threesome? I don't give a fuck about none of that
shit. Yeah, I did watch the episode. You had Film Rat on, and y'all was talking about eating ass and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I thought y'all was gonna talk about video director or whatever.
And it's crazy because like this is, oh my gosh, I hope he sees this. I had an episode with Film Rat. It was a great episode. It didn't come out because somebody stole my hard drive.
Yeah.
Our episode was literally, we started talking about photography and videography. First thing that comes out of his mouth is like, well, I'm not a photographer. And I'm sitting here looking at him like, what the fuck? Like, can you at least pretend? Like, I don't even do interviews. And I'm looking and he's just like, I don't do photography. I own a photography studio. And I'm just like, well, talk about video or something. Like, I'm trying to make you look like, you got some motion, which he does have motion, but We talked about that shit.
Film rat that nigga, y'all. Just just go check out his videos. Shout out to my dog. But
Film rat is that nigga.
100.
We started talking about videographer or whatever for like 5 minutes. Then next thing you know, we just started talking about everything else.
Yeah.
Then when the cameras cut off, because I was filming it myself and all the cameras shut off. It's just crazy. When you film shit yourself, all the cameras shut off. I don't know if you guys have that problem. So all the cameras shut off, and then we stayed in the studio for like 2 hours. Film rats just talking. I'm looking at him like, you can talk like this on the podcast? Like, he can talk. We was talking about everything. We had such a good conversation. And it was off camera. I wish that episode could see the light of day.
When I first got started into the podcasting with Amp, never in my life did I think I'd be doing podcasts. You know what I mean? So when he hollered at me about this shit, yada yada, I get on and we finish an episode and I start talking about shit or whatever, and he'd be like, nigga, you gotta say that for the podcast,
Yeah.
So it took me a very long time to like really switch. I feel like now I'm shy for words when I'm chilling with people, you know what I mean? Because at least in the studio, you know what I mean? Because as soon as I press record, we got a podcast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I do is I just record as soon as I'm in the studio. Everything's content.
Everything.
I'll be like sitting down, just turn on the audio, turn on the camera, and then I'll just be waiting for whoever to come, my co-host to come. Everything's still recording. So I at least have like 30 minutes of BTS.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the BTS be the good shit. Like, you just start talking.
You gonna drop that one day?
What, the BTS?
Yeah, you should.
You definitely should. Clip it up.
Honestly, I be by myself a lot. Like, I do it by myself. It's just me and the cameraman. So it's like not that interesting.
Make it interesting. Chop it up.
But when I have like artists on it and they don't know we're recording, like SCY Jim, when he was on it, he didn't know we were recording. Like, we started recording as soon as he sat down. And I told him, I was like, I'm gonna wait for you to roll up before we start.
Yeah.
We was still recording. I was like, before we start, I'm gonna let you roll up. He's rolling up. It took about 10 minutes, whole 10 minutes. We're like talking about him and his mom, how he named her. And it was just like this crazy story. He's like, okay, I'm ready. And then I'm like, we're recording already. But I am going to drop that though. I be having some good stuff. That's a good idea.
Yeah, get you a Patreon, get you something. They got the shit on Instagram where like you could pay. I don't know how that works. You know how that works?
The subscribers?
Yeah, little subscriber
Yeah, they offered me that and the fucking blue check and
you gotta
all
have
that stuff.
I mean, shit. At our stage, you should be able to apply for that shit.
Yeah, no, they did ask me to do that. I just don't know. I have to come up with like what my content is gonna look like before people just like start giving me money.
I hear that. Mm-hmm. Shit. So. Since you've been in the podcasting game now, right? Have you set some goals for yourself? Where you want to go? Where you want to take this? Or right now you just kind of coasting?
I'm like on airplane mode.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that.
And it's crazy because like financially I should have. Like that's probably my advice to someone. Like, if you have an idea and you want to do something, have a fucking business plan, especially if it involves money.
Yeah.
Because that shit costs money. The podcast costs money. Yeah. And especially how I'm doing it. So I wish I would have had a goal. I had projection goals, like as far as like numbers. I was like, I want to hit this many subscribers, this many followers. I want to get this person. Like, I had those small goals, but me and Eric didn't talk about that when we started. When we came up with the shit. Eric was like, you should just do it. And I was like, why?
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
And he was like, just
it
cause.
really is. It really is.
Yeah, I don't have a goal now. I was talking to these people that I want to manage me, and they were like, what's your goal? They asked me the same shit, and I was just like, shit, to make my money back I started off with, because I put all my money into it, and then I haven't gotten my complete return. So I'm like, shit, I'm just trying to break even.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's like I like it. It keeps me busy. So I'm like really big on content. Like, I just want to make the best content, reach the people that want the content, because I've built like a cult following. Like, people like to hear me talk about shit no one talks about. And that's one of my goals, like literally to be consistent doing that. So, but like, I wanted to get picked up by, like, that was my other goal. I wanted to get, like, picked up by a network or something. I thought it would, like, might open doors to, like, other bigger things. But, like, now I'm so comfortable. I'm like, I don't think anything else could be bigger besides the platform. I don't really got to go nowhere. I already kind of did the groundwork. But, yeah, just to break even.
Yeah, I remember I was like heavy. I was like trying to get a network deal. And eventually you're like, man, just like,
you don't need it.
Fuck it. You don't really need it. You just like build your money up independently. Because as long as you got a core audience, like they'll spend the bread on you, so it don't even
they're gonna support. And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? Putting out good content, you know, consistency and creative, you know, being different.
Yeah.
And shit, like he said, your people will support you 100%.
It's hard though. Like that block. Sometimes I can have like a block, creative block sometimes. Cause like when I started the podcast, it's literally off the top. Yeah. I don't be like, what am I going to talk about today? Right. Like I literally sat in front of the camera and just started recording myself and talking to people. I don't be knowing like who people are. I don't be doing research about them. There's only so much research you can do about like a regular person, right? Like,
true indeed.
Nobody ever has interviews. Like imagine interviewing somebody that's never been interviewed before, has 10 songs out, just started rapping. There's not much for us to talk about except for everything, right? Yeah. So it just leaves the doors open for so much conversation. I don't even focus about the content. I'm just like, that's just gonna come. I feel like I'm like a walking piece of content though.
Yeah.
I just be saying shit.
And then also, the social media. Do you look at people's social media before you bring them on the show? Because that's another thing that we run into. We get in some people that, because we don't really do interviews like that, because like me and him could do like, we've been doing this 8 years.
Y'all can do it yourselves.
Yeah, we do it ourselves, so we don't really need guests. So like when people do hit us up and we look at their shit,
it's got to be worth it.
You like, you ain't really got nothing going on.
But man, like that's the thing. My best episodes are with people that don't know how to market themselves. That's why they're willing to pay to get on the podcast. That's why they're willing to make that financial commitment, because there's obviously something you have to offer. Otherwise, you wouldn't be coming on the podcast. Right. Yeah. So like I remember I was like really nervous about this one guy coming on my podcast. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to talk to him about. His page was all over the place. And I was like, this guy is a weirdo, but I love it. And he came on the podcast and we were just talking about just like the most craziest shit. I'm like, oh my God, I like him. He was like a nerd, but he was himself.
I think we did an episode with him. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He was himself. And I was like, I really fuck with it because it was so easy.
I might edit that.
I was just thinking that, like, this nigga is wilding right now.
But he knows that. I've talked to him. And that's how we clicked. I told him, I'm like, you're different. Right. But I like it.
Right.
And other people did like it. Like, he did really good for his first, like, interview. And those type of things are, like, really important for you to be, like, unique and different. And those are my easiest episodes when I have people like that are very questionable. Because I'm a very, like, how do you say, like a person that always, like, intuitive, I guess. Is that what it is? Always questioning things? Yeah. Is that the right word? Yeah, I'm always like, why? Well, how come? So somebody like that is literally, I don't even need a script. I have so many questions for you right now, bro. Like, we could go for days. So, and then a lot of people get mad or this is when I first started. I started having like, you know, people that have bigger followings. People would hate it. Oh, you only want the popular people. You only want the people with followers. Da, da, da. That's not the case. I'll have somebody on my podcast with no Instagram, and I will literally have the same amount of content, like being able to be put out. Like it doesn't matter how many followers you have. The followers, what that does is that helps the people in the future that are going to be on the episode that don't have followers.
Yeah. And we've had people on here like they got 80K on Instagram. And you get in here, every time you ask some question, they're like, you know?
They ain't got too much going on.
No personality.
Like, they ain't got no substance, don't have no motion. And it's hard to sit there and talk to someone, one, that's not okay with being themselves, and then two, that ain't got shit going on. Because now let's talk about it. Like, why don't you really have shit going on? I remember I asked the artists on the podcast, like, you know, what's your goal for your music? What does your record label have planned for you? What does your management team have planned for you? Motherfucker say, I don't know. I'm like, but that's reality, you know, and I couldn't be like, oh, well, you know, I tried to be like, okay, well, what's the first thing that what are your goals right now? Like, I tried to make it smaller because I was thinking too big, and I had to realize, you know, not everybody is thinking in the future, especially niggas. Niggas don't think about the future.
Exactly. You interviewed him too. We had interviewed Money Mitch one time.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have it on my docket. We was talking to him. He was doing okay with the questions. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
And then I was like, damn, I'm running out of questions. And then I had like randomly asked him, like, nigga, are you trying to sign with somebody? Then he just gave us like a whole map of like his like plan of like, what he want to do with his career. And that added like 30 more minutes on the episode. I was like, damn, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But some people do.
And Money Mitch, he's like a really like humble person. Like, he got motions. He has the numbers. Yeah. He has the talent. He has the fan base. But he's not gonna pop his shit. Yeah. Like, he doesn't pop his shit like he should, I feel like. Yeah. Because I know artists that are where he is, they do the most, and it's just like, oh my God. And then he does he does very little, but he doesn't have to do too much. Yeah. And his numbers are amazing for an independent artist. And he has a distribution deal, but he's still like one of my top favorite artists I probably interviewed in the podcast. And I wish I would actually sat and talked to him, but I just did like a Q&A, but the dude is funny as fuck.
Yeah, pretty good. Oh yeah, you was doing the whole Q&A.
So I did that.
Why did you stop doing that?
I stopped doing that because I started doing it because guys would get like nervous on camera with me. Yeah,
I'm about to ask you that. And that's another thing. I'm about to be in a sexist bag. So when a nigga come in here, it's just me and Joe in here. So we can like change. We can switch course, but so much with a dude, like you get in a freak bag with a nigga. You like, oh, this nigga ain't answering the question. You're like, oh, nigga, you like your finger up your booty or something like that. So if a nigga come in, he was like, bro, I was like, nigga, you play video games? Like, it's just but so many, like, oh, what's your favorite NBA team?
Right.
So it's like, you can go, like, anytime you do, not you in particular, like anybody, you like sex clips or anything sex related, those gonna go viral every time.
Yeah, but I ain't asking no nigga no sex questions.
Yeah. I mean, like, you guys could ask a dude, like, when the last time you beat your bitch?
What?
Like, that shit would go viral.
Yes, it would.
It would.
Be like, I slapped the shit out my hoe the other day. That bitch was playing me.
Oh, we get in a problem.
Like,
we get in a problematic bag.
Yeah, like, that's still controversial. But our generation, that's what they want to hear. That's what they want to talk about. Like, people like that freaky, nasty, unconventional shit. I'm people. So I be wanting to know, like, are you where I am, or are you like still a child? Like, do you have hair on your chest or not?
It'd be funny because it definitely probably opened them up for sure. Right?
It's a good transition. So like sometimes when all the time. This is my flow. Get on there, I'll introduce. I'll probably do a little icebreaker. I'll let them introduce themselves. I'll ask about their music, something that they're familiar with. So when people have some type of familiar conversation with someone, fuck, I can't talk. I'm so tired. They feel comfortable. Yeah. When they're talking about something, when they know what they're talking about, they feel comfortable. So I'm like, okay, now I got them comfortable. And then I ask another question that makes them think. And then the moment they start thinking, I give them time to explain themselves. And then when they start talking, I literally like listen within the question. And after that, I freak the question. So I freak a lot of my questions. I'll be like, how was your day today? You know, I had a hard day. I had to do this, I had to do that. They're like, well, did your dick get hard at least? I just freak the question. And he's just like, damn.
That's crazy.
So that's my transition. So it transitions into something else. Like I'll have mental health checks. We'll be talking about God, manifestations. And then I'll be like, do you watch lesbian porn or regular? Like, but it's a transition to get there. It's like with the body language and how they're talking. I'll be reading people, so.
All right, you African, ain't you?
I'm Nigerian and American.
Let me ask you a question. Why African niggas hate regular niggas, like American niggas?
There is a separation between African Americans and Africans. The separation it's different depending on what you've been exposed to, right? So a lot of Africans come from Africa, come to America, get an education. Their family like invests in them and makes sure they're successful. You being an African American, your family not having to go through that, and you're not taking that opportunity that you already have is a slap in the face.
Oh, okay.
And then on top of that, thinking that you're better than your African counterpart, literally because we're the same person, right? We come from the same bloodline. One just had to cross the water. One stayed over there. So it's like, we're literally like have the same DNA, all that, and it's just we feel our African Americans feel as if though we are on top, although we're really our own oppressors in a sense. And Africans are able to see it. Caribbean people are able to see it, and so they don't want their kids going to being friends with the nigga from the neighborhood. They want their kids to be friends with probably an Asian or an Indian or another African. Because they know what that looks like on like a cultural diverse level, like what it looks like to be immigrated.
I had an African homie in high school. So like every time we used to go to his house, his parents, anytime we came in the house, they were like we was like animals or some shit.
Get this Negro out of here.
They would look at us like, I'm not trying to be ignorant, like whatever language they were speaking, I don't know. They was like, they talked to him in it. And then he was like, oh, y'all got to go outside or whatever.
Dad comes out like this beach nigga.
He knew not to say that where I could hear it. But anyway, like, and then like his sister married like a dude from like Houston or some shit like that. And they disowned her or whatever. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Did we get that deep or was they just like overdoing it?
I mean, it just depends. Like my dad was... And he was the African, but he was really open, and he knew what the generations, how you have older American family like your grandma, your grandpa, how they think of things like, oh, you shouldn't have sex before marriage, and oh, you should don't have your baby until he marries you. Like it's literally like that. It's like these are the things you're supposed to do, and if you don't do it this way, you're doing it wrong. It's like the same comparison. My dad didn't care. He preferred me to be with like an African guy, though, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. I'm just not big on African dick.
Hey, African niggas, if you watching this, stay out the DMs.
Please. Red flag.
All right, y'all want to get into listener questions?
Yeah, let's
do that. Send in listener questions. Hit us up at mail@ariopodcast.com. That's mail@ariopodcast.com. So we had hit the Discord up. We hit our supporters up and was like, hey, just leave us some questions. So I guess we just about to do as many as we can. How many? Like 30 minutes?
Like questions for you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got them on my phone.
But you can answer too.
Oh, okay.
So
we all gonna answer them together. Yeah. I think some of them you can answer.
Universal.
I'm trying to find a good one. Somebody was asking us about like, have we ever had a bad guest?
All the time.
Oh,
let me not say that. Edit that out.
They want us to know.
But you'll never know. Like you'll never know when I don't like where it's going.
Yeah.
I just play it off. I be trying to deliver.
I heard that.
People that know me know. They know. Like at the end of the episode, like
All right. Let's do this one from Aaron first. He said, in honor of that thread circulating on Twitter, what's your 3 worst hear me out women? So I guess you could do this also. Hear me out is like somebody that just like, damn, how can I explain it? somebody that other people don't find attractive, and you just like, you gotta hear me out on this.
About women?
You women or men, it don't matter. Whichever one you feel.
Like something that's like unattractive. You guys go first so I can think.
Oh, well, I don't know if a lot of people find it attractive.
It has to be unattractive though, right? That
Some
that
people,
you find attractive.
Some people, a woman that like people don't everybody like all her looks is
right. Everybody's not on it.
Yeah, somebody
got
that
you.
you think is attractive that you probably think other people don't think is attractive.
Got you.
But then like I seen the thread, like some people was like saying like Niecy Nash. I'm like, nigga, I fuck Niecy Nash. It's like a lot of them. It's a lot of them that.
A lot of them that you can't even include.
Yeah, I seen some people saying Kim Whitley.
Like I don't even know these people.
Kim, okay.
Are these porn stars?
No, they're actresses.
Regular actresses. Let me pull up Niecy Nash.
Nah, who was I just thinking of?
I can't name people, but I can name like attributes that I like that people probably be like, that's weird. Like the fat thing. I like big guys.
Oh yeah.
And people had a problem with that.
Why would somebody have a problem with that?
I don't know, but they were dragging me on Instagram about that shit.
That's crazy.
It's probably because how I talked about it.
All right, this is Niecy Nash right here. One on the left. I seen some niggas like,
she looks like an anime character.
Yeah, she do have some interesting looks, but
yeah,
some strong features. But she got some big ass titties too.
So. She really do.
Like those are crazy.
Yeah, she got a big ass also.
Is that a dyke?
Yeah, she got a dyke wife.
Wow, a dyke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's her and her daughter.
Getting tackled,
honestly, that looks like fucking what's that comedian's name? Tiffany Haddish. Low-key.
Nah.
The one, her daughter do a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Niecy Nash fire. I can't really think. Y'all ever watch
Ed Sheeran? I would fuck the shit out of him. Right. Mainly because he's German and I love a German man. That's interesting. But he's a ginger. It's just like, how can you not like a fucking ginger? Like, give me your recessive trait. Please. Give me your recessive gene. I will swallow it.
Oh.
I want Ed Sheeran so bad, like real bad. Who else?
Joe, you got one?
Come back to me. I just lost it.
I think guys that look like Jesus I would fuck them.
So you just you've been picking all the Yaku or Jesus,
like the Messiah guys.
Yeah, you and the white man. Well,
like the Messiah. Have you guys saw the Messiah on Netflix? The character, like that guy. I don't even know his name,
nah,
but like
I ain't seen that. I don't watch them kind of movies.
Basically, he looks like he looks like Jesus.
Who's dude play Passion of the Christ? Some
white man.
Caval.
Right.
Yeah, nah, I ain't
like guys that look like that look like Jesus. Like it's like a weird thing because a lot of people don't like men that look like that because they look like Jesus.
Yeah,
but I'm like, fuck me, Jesus.
That's
so
crazy.
bearded white men with long hair. That's your bag. You ever heard of Seth Rollins?
I've heard of him. Can you remind me what he looks like though?
I'll pull him up. Nah, he had a lot. People call him CrossFit Jesus. You'll probably fuck with him.
CrossFit Jesus.
Yeah, that's Seth Rollins. He got the Jesus aesthetic.
Yep. That's it. That's it. Also like the big fat bald biker guys with like beards. When I see them, sometimes I'm like, he has potential to be cute. It's like I try to find the cute in an unattractive person to me because it's like I know it's there. Like everybody has their
got
beauty.
A shot.
Right. No, not a shot. I said right. No, but everybody has their own attributes that complement them. Right, so I'm the type of person like I will find it. Like there's something about you that is beautiful. Yeah. Whether it's like this like something small. Oh, my first boyfriend, he was like not attractive to me at all. He was a bum. Like he looked a mess, but his personality was insane. Like I was a sapiosexual, or I am a sapiosexual. So I just loved him so much just because he fucked my mind and I loved it. But like him physically, it was like, oh my God.
He was highly intelligent. He just knew what to say.
He knew how to talk to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and when you know how to talk to a woman and you can understand her and you're patient with her, that shit right there can get you some pussy. You can be a baser at this point.
That's
Nowadays, how niggas be
Now,
acting.
my dog not a baser, so that's why you want to marry Eric. Pretty much, you know what to say.
I'm glad you said this because like I told Eric that I liked him and I had a crush on him and I wanted to like get to know him, like kind of be with him, right? And that was me shooting my shot, which I don't do. And yeah, he didn't let me shoot it.
When he giggled, he did the Eric.
He laughed at me. He laughed at me. And that was like the most like, it hurt me so bad. And then when he realized how upset I was at that, I tried not to show it, but he saw it. And he like apologized and then he got really serious. And then he just told me that he appreciates me and admires me. But Eric is probably somebody I would spend the rest of my life with. Which is crazy.
The listeners gonna love this. Eric got a cult following on our show, so the listeners gonna love the hell out of this.
Yeah. Like when I first met him, I was just like, you know, when you have your person and you find your person, I was like, that's my person. And it was crazy. And still to this day, I'm like, that's how I feel. I don't care what nigga I'm with right now. Like, that's my person.
Heard that, Eric.
Eric gets you.
I always talk about him on my podcast. Always.
All right, I got mine. I don't know if y'all watch Broad City.
Whoa.
It's this girl right here, Ilana.
She got
It's
a
mine.
fat ass, bro.
She
would
do.
get
You
it.
can't even see her ass. Wait, what?
Not in that picture.
You gotta watch the show. They ain't
Can
You
I
gotta
see the
watch
ass?
show. You definitely gotta watch the show.
There's no ass
You gotta.
They ain't got no good pictures.
at all.
This
Go to her
mine.
Instagram.
If I remember correctly, she got that dunk on her for a white.
She ain't really had no. She
ain't had no
She
dog.
was just decent for
Yeah.
Yakub woman.
I
I just
want
watched
no
the fuck
dunk,
out this
but-
shit. Yeah, she ain't no crazy body. She was
She's like, you don't know if she likes girls or guys.
well, on the show, she only dated niggas. Like she was dating whatchamacallit.
Like, and then real life, she's like a whole lesbian. Like, that's a Raven.
Oh yeah, definitely, probably, most likely. She do to give off like lesbian.
That's what I'm
vibes.
saying. Like, she gives off like very metro, maybe. I don't know if women can be metro.
I don't know, man. I just like. I don't know if I would date her in real life. I just like
Fuck
felt
no.
something about her. And, nah, she ain't got no
She ain't
ass.
had no ass.
Yeah, she ain't got
No.
no ass.
What were you thinking
I
about?
don't know.
All right, Joe, you name yours.
Who is the mother on Sister Sister?
Oh,
Jack A. Jack A. Harris.
that's crazy how you know that.
I know too much.
You guys watch a lot of like y'all talk about a lot of like movies and make so many movie references. I'm like, how do they have so much time? Like when you guys were talking about Home Alone in one episode, I was like, how do they remember the characters? Like I remember the movie, I remember E.T., but I cannot.
Right.
I've watched E.T. over 20 times, and I cannot tell you the name of a character on E.T. And that's probably one of my favorite movies of all time, and it still makes me cry to this day.
Well, the boy on it was named Elliot.
Wow,
You don't
it
remember-
is Elliot.
You don't remember when he was dying? He was like,
E.T. makes me cry. Like when I watch E.T., 7 Pounds and Green Mile, I actually cry.
Green Mile is definitely a touching movie, but
that don't make me
I ain't gonna cry. Yeah,
Only
nah.
movies that legit make me cry is like Forrest Gump and Pursuit of Happiness. When you get the
Oh,
job,
yes. Yeah. Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah. You're right. Forrest Gump did make me cry. Fuck.
Forrest Gump ain't made
and the
me
Curious
cry,
Case of Benjamin Button. Fuck, that made me cry
that
so
was sad.
I'm gonna tell
bad.
y'all the two that made me cry.
Oh, man.
Titanic and Balto.
Balto.
I didn't really like Titanic. There was too many white people. There didn't no black characters.
Yeah, they
so
had
I
no
really
black
couldn't
characters.
like, you know.
But here's why I had to shed a thug tear for Leonardo DiCaprio. I was
yeah.
they killed a real nigga.
I'm crying.
You know, random fact about the Titanic. So, of course, a lot of black people did die on the Titanic, but they didn't count them as people. They counted them as property.
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's why I don't like.
Yeah.
Why I don't. Haven't even finished. I never even like finished the Titanic. Actually, I just
had I known that.
don't really fuck with
I
it.
seen it as legit though. So.
Yeah, I got you. Probably didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah,
they counted. They were like, we lost 7 pianos and 7 niggas. So
Wait.
that's how they counted the niggas.
Inventory loss.
Yeah, they just counted them as inventory. They were like, all right, whatever.
That's crazy.
How do you?
But
Were you guys watching like Roots and like Did you watch
I
Roots?
ain't never seen Roots.
Roots will make you racist for a good 2 months.
Oh yeah, trust. That's one reason because
You
I'm
won't
already
even
like
text your white friends.
I'm already pro. You know what I'm saying? Pro
I
black.
ain't watch
You didn't watch Roots? How about Django?
I watched the Django. Well, he
You
was a
had
good
to,
guy.
like
Yeah.
Well, the Django, he was wiping the crackers' noses. So
Yeah.
like, that's why you
Yeah.
fucking. The one that'll make you hate white people is 12 Years a Slave.
Yes. Oh
watched
my
that.
god.
that one was so crazy.
It was crazy. I couldn't even finish it. I had to take a break and then go back to it.
And the fact that it's a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just like they gave him like some moonshine or something like they like drugged him or something. I was like, man, this is fucked up.
It's so weird because like when I watch movies like that, I like feel as if though I can feel those feelings. Do y'all get that? Or is it just me?
It makes you, it make you feel like, you know, I can feel the anger he felt. You know what I'm saying?
Like I
can
was there.
imagine
Yeah.
how mad I would be in this situation. I would like you start thinking of ways you would get out of it, and it's like, fuck, no, I can't. You know what I mean? Like you can't do these things because of the risk that will come with it. But man, it's just a sad thing all in itself. So. One thing I was gonna say, going back to the Titanic, is looking at, and it correlates to this. Looking at documentaries on all of this stuff throughout history is just fucking insane. Because I was I got into like a slave trade bag on the internet one day, and I'm like tracing the origins and kind of like really what was going on in certain areas in Africa, right? Some like it's crazy just to see how slavery was amongst Africans themselves. You know what I mean?
we were our own oppressors. That's what
100%.
And it's like almost it's repeating itself almost. Like we're killing each other and stuff with gun violence, right?
Yeah.
About to get
But
worse
yeah.
July 1st.
Seeing these kind of movies though, like it I hate them honestly. You know what I mean? Because
I don't watch them shit, like, especially like.
I feel like
Fruitvale
it be
Station.
white people that be directing it though.
It
it
does.
is.
Like I
It's
feel like they
always
like
that.
want to throw it in our faces. Like
It
this
is
is the
that.
truth, and we really don't know if it's true. We really just saw it on the documentary, and it said based on a true story.
I like to watch the documentaries because, you know, we do get, you know, facts that you can Google and definitely find out. Like that's one thing that I do. I'll put YouTube up and then I'll put up the internet.
You
and
get your analytics.
100%. Like
You
on
get your receipts.
anything that I'm searching. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if I'm searching a new idea, like I'm on the internet at the same time. But it's these movies are really just showing us that, hey, look, this is what we get away with every day. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't think it's changed. That's where that whole well, the Willie Lynch letter kind of theory comes into play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that. They just did a Will Smith movie where he played like a slave, and like one of the directors brought like a picture of, like the slaves that got whipped and shit.
Yeah.
Just some weirdo stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never like any time
them
a
movies.
movie with like black trauma, I do not watch them shits.
Yeah, that's what my sister told me. She was like, "You need to stop watching that because that's like it's harvesting negative energy and negative thoughts." And I was like, "Oh my God, you're right." So I stopped watching them.
I think 12 Years a Slave might be the last one that I saw. Like,
Yeah,
No, I was going through this phase where I was watching Roots like regularly. Like I would always watch Roots. Roots was like my favorite like Afro series thing. Like I was on Roots so hard. And then my sister was like, "You really need to stop watching that."
yeah. But it was a point where people was like, it was making you seem like you were like a coon or something if you never seen Roots. Like, you ain't never seen Roots?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't want to see slavery. Like, y'all
Yeah.
live
Yeah.
on that shit. Like, y'all watch that shit.
It's like we're scared to face it, although we're not even facing it. We're just being introduced. I don't
Yeah,
know.
just reminding us. We already know. Like, we don't need to be reminded. This one from Rand. He said, y'all got any guests y'all regret bringing on? Don't say no names if y'all got smoke with them, though.
What? Say a name. Why not? They've already been on. The episode's out already.
That's what I'm saying.
so for me personally, I wouldn't say I have any regrets as far as anybody that's been on.
Yeah.
I would say that not everyone that I might have suggested or that has come on has been up to the potential of what I thought it could have been or should have been, for that matter. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't necessarily call it necessarily say it's a regret, but I do look at some of them and say we could have skipped out on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beside that hard drive situation, y'all have you had a guess where like y'all did the episode and you were like, man, this kind of ass, and it didn't drop.
And it didn't drop?
Didn't drop, yeah.
Yeah, I had a girls talk episode where these girls, I was like, hey, I want to have a girl talk episode. And we did the episode. We're sitting here. I'm like doing icebreakers, throwing out questions, talking to them. And they just weren't like having girls talk. They were like, no, I don't really do that. I like to keep those things private. Oh, I want to just... I'm a lady. I'm classy. And it's just like, I really know you be outside. That's why I asked you to be on it, to pop your hoe shit.
Yeah.
And they was just like, came on the shit, just kind of like capping. Like, I got a man, da-da-da-da. It's like, bitch, that's not why I invited you here.
Oh, I remember that. That came out, didn't it?
No.
It was one where it came out. It was like one of your first 3 episodes. I seen that. And you was asking the girl a question. They just like was not answering nothing.
You might be talking about the Hollywood twins.
Yeah, that one.
And their sisters.
Yeah.
That's how they are though. Like but they were being themselves. And they're
okay.
really not. So they be outside and hanging out. They're just like really pretty girls that have this name of being a certain type of way, and they're really not that way. Cause you know how pretty girls sometimes get shitted on and they hoes cause they pretty and they probably fucking all the niggas. But they're really like good Christian, down to earth people. And then on the episode when we were talking about like threesomes and shit, they was like, they ain't never had one. I was like, what? And then I was like, you know what? I could see that. Cause y'all, they don't be outside like that. You know?
You had them out the element pretty much.
But it's just like, they know how I am. So it was like, that was an episode I really liked because those were my friends and I don't really have people on my podcast that I know. So I was able to click with them. But no, these girls, they just wasn't really like giving what need to be gave. And I just wasted like $500 on the fucking episode. But the thing about it is it was on the hard drive that was damaged. I had another hard drive that was damaged. I lost that episode. I did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then I had another episode with Diamond Duvall.
Okay.
So Diamond Duvall was on my podcast twice. And I absolutely love her. She's so cool. She's really humble. I love like her charisma. Like she's like one of those people that just draws in the energy. Our first episode that we shot, she had her friend there because her friend was supposed to be with a girls talk with me and a group of other girls. None of the other girls showed up, but besides this one. And then the one showed up. I was like, okay, we can't do a girls talk because there's no girls to do girls talk with. She was like, I'll call my friend. Turned out the friend was Diamond Duvall. I was like, what? Yeah. And so Diamond Duvall comes on my podcast and her friend's there and she gets shit-faced drunk. Like, I mean, clanging down bottles, cussing, talking over. The friend. Yeah. Like the girl that was originally supposed to be on my girls talk. Her titty was out the whole episode.
Get the fuck out.
She was telling me to shut the fuck up. Wow. She was like being so aggressive and so loud. But like she was drunk. And we were trying to like control it. I feel like I did a good job controlling it, but
it wouldn't look good on her if it came out.
It wouldn't have looked good on her if it came out, but it was still content. So I was just like, But I'm really like respectful and I like people to be comfortable with their content. So I always make sure people are okay with, you know, what they say and how they look. Like, I'm really like picky. If you don't like your episode, I'm not going to post it because I want you to promote it and I want you to like it. And I don't want you running around here and be like, that bitch posted da-da-da. I had Jimbo on my podcast and he said something on the podcast and wanted it out and I took it out. He didn't even promote the episode. I was like, I should have kept it on there, but.
That's also why I don't bring certain people on because I know they're not gonna promote it.
Yeah. I mean, he did. He promoted being in the studio, so like he promoted it that day.
Oh, okay.
Right, but like when the episode came out, I was like,
That's when it mattered, though.
Yeah, that's when it mattered. But
Yeah.
shit, that probably is another episode that I could have skipped out on too. It was like 15 minutes. It was rushed. I produced it. It wasn't like the best. I produced it and edited it. And I was like, I could have just not have posted it and just kept the clip of him being in the studio or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have posted it still because he still got a big name in Florida. So
Yeah.
we might as well just get them clicks, views.
He has a
whatever.
name. He has a name. Yeah, he does have a name. But no, the episode was 15 minutes. So I was like, I've never done a 15-minute episode, but I could have just held that
Oh,
one.
you get a banger in for 15 minutes. I don't seen Dirty Glove. The ones when they be on the porch. Yeah, they have some 10-minute fire episodes before.
Really?
It happens here and there.
How do you guys feel about the BTB Savage situation? What happened to him?
Oh, that was.
I've been meaning. I wanted to ask guys about that.
See, that was pretty fucked up. And the Vlad.
I don't. Go ahead.
What you say?
I mean, it's definitely fucked up how he died.
Yeah. Well, you know one of the producers set him up. Oh, allegedly.
Oh, that's insane.
I'm just gonna say allegedly, but
Music
it's out there.
producers, like his music producer.
Yeah, somebody that was like in his home
Fuck.
because somebody had to get a drop on him.
They knew where he lived because he said he still lives in the house that the guys pulled up at.
Yeah.
Right. So he was
Yeah.
like, "I still live here."
See, the only argument that I have is that you can't be doing podcasts for a year straight about the shit. You know what I mean? Like somebody, you gotta expect some retaliation.
So that wasn't his first time getting on there talking about it or something?
See, here's the thing. I don't have an issue with him doing the interview. He did the Vlad because it wasn't like he was celebrating. He was kind of clearing it up, saying
He was like, "This is what happened."
He was definitely
Yeah.
making it understood.
he was clearing it up. Now, when you post a picture of you standing in the blood, you're celebrating at that point.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so that's what escalated. Because, I mean, I read a little bit about it, but I didn't know the details on it.
See, the Vlad interview came out a week before he died, so it was out there that he cleared the story. I was like, "Hey, I held a dude, but it was my girl that got the body." Pretty much. So he cleared it up. He was like, "I know it's gonna be some niggas after me, but it was like the nigga was trying to rob me." So he cleared it up during the Vlad. But when you post a picture with a big ass stack of money standing in the dude blood and shit like that, that's like you celebrate. That's like damn near saying I'm smoking on this nigga pack, pretty much.
Like, he posted that picture and he was in the house.
Yeah, in the house where it happened. He was standing in the dead dude's blood for whatever reason. I don't know why he still had the blood on the floor. That's
Because
disgusting.
the police don't clean it up, and he probably went to the hospital, and when they released him, that's what he came home and did.
Oh, so you think it might be an old picture?
Huh?
You think it might be an old picture?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, you think he had already cleaned up blood?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that nigga ain't leaving blood
That's
on
so
his,
ghetto.
on his damn dope
See,
for 9 months.
I'm ignorant.
Or
I'm thinking,
however long.
I'm thinking he
Like,
just.
I'm going to keep this here as a souvenir.
That's what I was thinking, but what Joe
No.
saying made sense. But the fact that why would you take that? It's ignorant to take that picture and they're like, oh, I'm gonna post this 9 months later.
Right.
Like, hey, ha.
Oh, so he held on to that picture?
We don't really know. It's either or, but it's like I would hope he held on because I was like, why would you want to keep blood on the floor?
Yeah.
So we don't really know exactly.
That's
when he
just
took the
weird
picture.
that he was like, "Take a picture of me, babe."
Yeah.
Nah, I definitely because you got to think if he was a rapper, right?
Yeah, he was a rapper.
All right, so check me out.
And he didn't even do like violent rap. He did like scam rap.
Yeah, but
Like motion
still,
music.
it validates him as whatever he wants to be in the streets.
I don't think he was a street nigga.
I don't either. But again, if he wanted to go somewhere, he could get it certain places just off that alone.
That's just so sad.
That's just how perception works. You get what I'm saying?
People believe what they see.
Exactly. So you post this picture, like that's almost today with social media, that's almost like putting that shit on your album cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy situation. And then like a 40-year-old dude killed him.
Yeah.
But it was like the dude that robbed them cousin or whatnot.
Exactly.
So he was just like trying to up the score for his family and whatnot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, weird situation.
I have a question.
mean-
What is like, I guess like what would be the difference between like get back and revenge and stuff? Because isn't like a difference between like the street shit? Because y'all aren't street niggas. So like how do y'all see that? Like, do y'all know how to separate the difference between justifiable and non-justifiable? Like, okay, I get it. Or, because to me, I'm just like, that's just bad. Like, all of it's bad.
Yeah, all of it's bad. It depends. Like in that situation, it was like
All of it's bad, but you gotta have an understanding to it too.
Like a real understanding with facts, right?
yeah,
Okay.
because
You gotta have an understanding how street shit work. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
because that's what's gonna put you in the mindset of what they thinking. Not you saying morally how I feel, is this
Right.
right or wrong. So when I answer questions that are about street shit, I'm thinking about niggas that I know that, you know, would
How they
really
would
kill
respond,
somebody.
yeah, his situation. So let's put ourselves in the shoes of the 40-year-old dude that cousin got killed in the situation. He probably was like, at first he was probably like, damn, my cousin, he was trying to rob the dude, and he got killed. So it's like, it is what it is. He was trying to snake the dude, trying
But
to rob him.
yeah.
And then you got to think, even seeing them interviews and shit, probably boiling his blood. You know what I'm
Yeah, you
saying?
seen the
And it's
interview?
it's not like, let me go kill this nigga. Because again, I still understand that's his claim to fame right now. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
But yeah, you see the interview, and then you see the picture. You're like, all right, I gotta get this nigga now.
Yeah.
He think this
And
shit
then his
a game.
family probably in his ear too, like, go ahead.
I don't even think
because he
nobody
might
would've
shit. He might
at
be the
40
family
years
stepper.
old.
He might be the family stepper for real. Like they
Right.
might be looking at bruh like, handle that.
But check me out though. At
Like,
40
that's
years
crazy.
old, he don't need nobody to nudge him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That nigga at that age to where, you know, I hate to say it, but some niggas will tell you, I will lay down for this right now.
Yeah. But being a crash dummy at 40 is crazy though.
Some niggas completely crash out.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the original question with Ryan asked the guest. So you say you ain't got one?
Nah, none that I necessarily regret. Cause I think even if I didn't per se like the episode or whatever, there was still something that came out of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
I just don't like none of the. Well, I could just lump them up. I ain't gonna name. I just don't like having guests on that don't promote the shit at all.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, you said some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially,
When I'm
yeah.
I'm telling
Like,
you,
don't promote it at all. Like, nigga, you begging me to be on the show. I finally let you on. You don't promote it. Like, all right, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
I think that's probably like the most greenest shit in the world, which is another reason why I raise my prices for the podcast. Cause it's like, don't waste my time. Don't waste my energy. Don't waste my money. Well, you can't waste my money anymore. But like, no, it's not like, what the fuck are you doing? That's another reason why I let people see their episode before I post it. Cause you better like this shit. If you want me to edit something now, edit something now. Whatever you gotta do to promote it. And especially if it's a free episode and yeah, no, by all means.
To
no.
be honest, if it's a free one, you gonna take the episode how it is.
Yeah, and you don't have a choice but to promote it. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
If you pay for it, I'm gonna let you sit with it a little bit. Whatever you want in, whatever
We'll
you
chop
want
it
out,
up,
we'll
yeah.
I'll do whatever you want if you pay for it. If it's a free one, what they say, what the women say, you gonna take this coochie how it is. You gonna
As
take
is.
You gonna take this interview as it is.
As is.
Cause it was one nigga. I ain't gonna say bruh name. First of all, he came in here. We had the lights how it is. He was like, oh man, I don't like the lights. It's hurting my face. Now this was a
Hurting
nigga.
my face.
Yeah, it was a nigga. I fucked with his music. Like I stopped listening to this nigga music after the interview. To be honest, he came in here. He ain't like the lights. I was like, bruh, I can't. The studio dark as fuck. We need these lights, or you ain't gonna see shit on the camera. And I was like, bro, I gotta have some kind of lights in here. He's like, all right, whatever. So he put the hoodie on, put some shades on, blocking his face. First of all, he came in here like 3 hours late.
He must have been on a perk.
Bruh.
Yeah, he came. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I think I know who you're talking about. Did he come here with people? And other people were on the episode with him?
I don't think nobody was.
We never dropped it.
Oh,
It never
okay.
came out. So he came in here like 2 or 3 hours late. And I was like, all right, I really want to interview this nigga because I love his music. He come in here, the interview's okay. It wasn't groundbreaking. And then I was like, all right, whatever. It was his first ever interview, so I was like, a lot of people
leeway.
A lot of people in Jacksonville be on his dick, so I was like, it'll do something. And he don't do interviews. So I send him the shit. He was like, I like it, man. But he was like, can we like redo it? I'm like,
Yeah, that shit did. Oh my gosh. Speaking of redo, I did an episode with D-Walk and lost the file yesterday.
Damn.
oh my God.
I know, I'm sick. Shout out to D Watkins. You're the best. You're awesome. He'll be back on the podcast though. I already told him. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, hey D, man. It was a good episode too.
I'm about to ask you want to collab because we supposed to be doing him too.
Oof.
Yeah, we got a D Watkins one coming soon and Skeet McFlurry. You did Skeet, right? Yeah. Got dope.
Oh, that was probably one of my best episodes. I feel like that's when I kind of like broke free and got comfortable after.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Skeet
He
McFlurry.
came here a couple of times. He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know it's gonna be good.
Do you guys watch Soft White Underbelly?
Yeah.
Every night.
Y'all look like the type of niggas to watch Soft White Underbelly.
That's
I don't
an
know why.
insult?
No, because it's like
I've only seen
no,
like
y'all be
2
having like hella
episodes.
like porn stars and y'all be at the porn conventions. I'm like, these Soft White Underbelly ass
Oh, yeah.
niggas.
I'll be invested in the characters and shit.
I swear, like I have my favorite, like you know how they be donating money.
Yeah.
I'll send that nigga some money sometimes.
Man, I done seen too many crazy characters on there.
I love
I'll be
the
like,
characters because they're
nah.
literally almost like movie characters, right?
Yeah, they
It's like you're
definitely-
following an actor and he updates you on them, bro. I love him. Shout
Let's
out,
see.
he is. Shout out to South White Underbelly.
Yeah, my I wouldn't say my favorite. I was invested. Y'all know the incest family, right?
Oh,
That's
I was
like
literally just talking about this to somebody. Yes.
Incest family.
Like
Yes.
it's a family, like their whole family tree is based off incest. Mm-hmm. They're like in like West Virginia. or
West
some shit.
Virginia. Oh wait, no, I thought it was Michigan. Is it West Virginia?
I think it's West Virginia. It might be
Come on,
multiple.
man,
of them.
stop it, bro. What is we talking about right
Oh
now?
my, I'm
It's
sorry.
it's
I was
for-
just thinking about
yeah,
South White
You
Underbelly.
wouldn't like it because you kind of you
Yeah,
little squeamish.
nah, bruh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it because they be going in their house and they.
You know
house
the
is
brothers
filthy.
like died, like both of the
Yeah.
the brother died and the other brother died,
and like
or the
one-
uncle.
And like
Oh,
one of the
man, I ain't even trying to think.
yeah
about
one of the
that
family members like he's so messed up like he can't even talk like
He don't know how to talk.
Yep, like he can't talk. And he
When he
hanging out with
talks, he's
dogs.
like,
all right, don't do
shit. Hey, you ain't even have to do
I'm
that.
not.
You know what?
Hey,
Lord,
God.
can we scoot this couch over
I'm not gonna lie.
just in case?
I'm
I
not
throw
gonna
that
lie.
thunderbolt.
I'm not gonna lie. I
like
be
Zeus.
enacting him. I'm like, what is he doing? Because he be barking with the dog. The dog
Yeah.
be barking. He be like,
That's how he is. But I will, when you get to the pearly gates, you gonna have to answer for that.
oh fuck.
God,
That
my
was
God.
pretty funny though.
But it's like he did. We
Send
don't. They
a
don't know. He
laser down
doesn't.
here.
It's not like he has. He's like diagnosed with anything, right? So it's like.
It's just the incest fucked him up. It's just like,
Yeah, it's
So are
like
there
it's not
any
even on the
necessarily-
spectrum. It's not even autism. It's not Asperger's. It's not any other diagnosis like that has something to do with that. It's like completely something
genetics.
else.
Yeah.
Like,
Are they normal otherwise?
hell no, they built funny.
no, they fucked
They
up.
All of
just all fucked up.
I believe it. I mean, that's a fucking disgusting.
They
It's
all
like
fucked
it's
up,
quote
boy.
unquote normal ones. That
Like the only ones that are normal are ones that are able to communicate, and even those ones aren't normal.
yeah, like they wouldn't be able to handle a job.
The family tree's crazy. It's like the grandma was fucking the brother, and then the brother was fucking the mom. Like it just gets so crazy. Like the family tree all the way back into like the 1960s or something like that.
That's
like
fucking disgusting.
I'm like, oh my God. And you could see it like, but it's so interesting.
Yeah, and the dude, he loved going to visit them. He spent all his money. He like,
Yeah.
he be like, he set up a donation. He like, I'm about to go visit them.
Did you know like the people in the city, they like take care of them too. Like the people in the city that they live in, they like looking out for them.
Yeah, I think he
I was
found
like,
most of them like on Skid Row and shit. In
Yeah.
LA, they got a big homeless
Yeah, in the West Coast.
population.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of them is like,
When Soft White Underbelly
sure.
went to go meet that family, that was that was like some elite shit. I'm like, you changed the whole narrative to soft white underbelly. He turned up.
Yeah, my favorite ones is also when they had like the pimps on and the hoes. Yeah, I like those too.
Oh my gosh. What's that one guy's name that got canceled because he went on the Shark Tank?
Kelpie.
Kelpie, yo.
Yeah, Kelpie. Yeah. He got beat up.
Boy, they beat the shit out of Kelpie so bad. I'm like, look, young nigga just trying to win out here. He want to be a pimp.
Yeah, his shit. Yeah.
That is so funny.
All right, next one from Jeshua. Sir Jeshua. He said, who's one celebrity ass that you could beat and one you want zero smoke with? So is there any celebrity you think you could beat up? What about you?
All right, go ahead.
Now, we was on the podcast recently. We was like talking about AEW, like the wrestling shit.
Yeah.
We was just going on a list of wrestlers we could beat up and shit like that.
Yeah, I got Bow Wow and 50 Cent.
Whoa. You wouldn't fuck with 50
you think
Cent,
you could
right?
beat Bow Wow ass?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't fuck with 50 Cent.
Right.
Thanks.
Like that would be like too off the top.
I don't think I would fuck with Cardi B. I heard she be like getting people like beat up, killed, dragged.
Yeah.
Like-
Cardi B, she can definitely fight because she had fought that big ass girl.
Not
Nicki.
even her. They said she paid some strippers to get beat up, and they damn near died when they got beat up.
Yeah.
Whoever she paid to beat them damn girls up, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Oh,
You know what's
man.
crazy? I think she paid like a pregnant woman.
Mm-hmm.
to beat
I ain't
that
never
girl.
got in no fight before, so I wouldn't know what to do.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to think of a celebrity I could beat up. Shit, I'm thinking I could beat up Bow Wow.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure I could beat up Bow Wow.
Lil Romeo,
he give me
Orlando Bloom,
who
or
is
Orlando Brown.
Hell nah. Orlando Brown.
that? He
crackhead
do, yeah,
ass.
he do crack cocaine. So
He on that Zeus show where they fight. We about to see what his hands like.
I'm afraid he might have that drug strength.
I wouldn't fuck with Krishan Rock. I wouldn't fuck with anybody
That
that
bit-
walks around with a missing tooth and doesn't care.
That bit did press like 500 pounds. So
I think I could beat up Omarion. I'm pretty sure I could beat up Omarion.
Mario would get like I wipe the floor with that nigga. Mario, they be screaming, "Oh shit!"
All right, you gotta pick a celebrity you think you could beat up though.
I mean, like, I don't think I could beat nobody up. I can't even see
Damn, you
myself.
gotta have some confidence in yourself.
Come on.
Well, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. I can't see myself like.
All right, let's say you in the studio, you interviewing one of these young ladies.
A celebrity.
Yeah. You ask that wrong question, she stand up.
She
You
throw
gotta
that
protect-
drink on you.
You gotta protect. Yeah, she throw that drink on you. Gotta
It would
protect
probably
yourself.
be like the smallest bad bitch in the world. Like who? Fucking Coyle Ray, Jada.
Who is Jada?
Jada Waiter.
Jada Waiter.
Now Jada Waiter from Jacksonville, she might have them hands.
Jada Waiter from the
She's
Ville?
from Jacksonville.
Yeah, she's from Jacksonville.
No.
Yeah,
Did she go to school here?
I'm not sure. I just heard she from Jacksonville.
I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
There's a few Jacksonville women dating some celebs, like
I think, yeah.
notable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what they coming down here doing.
Well, you know all the what they say all the bad bitches in Jacksonville go to Atlanta. So
Yeah.
I stay away from Atlanta though. I don't want it to consume me.
well, they pretend like to get big in the podcast game. You gotta go to Atlanta.
They've been trying to get me to come to Atlanta for a while. Like, yeah, and Miami.
Oh yeah, definitely Miami.
Yeah. I've had people reach out to me to come to Atlanta and New York too. I'm like, hey, what the budget look like? Because I ain't got it.
Yeah, I always tell them play for that plane ticket.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. They want you to come to these cities, but they don't be
Hell
offering
yeah.
no reimbursement.
Hell
You're like,
yeah.
I'll be there tomorrow. You can pay for my plane ticket. They don't even want to do that.
I don't want no reimbursement. Just buy the ticket. Let me know the dates.
Exactly. Let's do this one from Josh. He said, "What's one celebrity you want on the podcast?" See, my dream episode, Martin Lawrence.
That would be a great.
If I get a Martin Lawrence podcast episode, I would quit podcasting.
Celebrity, Kai, or Funny Marco.
Oh yeah.
Them niggas are
I
hilarious.
bet you could get a funny Marco one. I ain't gonna say easily. I think you could get a funny Marco.
I could get. I could definitely like get it, Funny Marco. I could.
He's the kind of nigga that love to do podcasts.
Yeah. Funny Marco is like, and he's really humble. I like him. I like watched his interviews, and I don't watch people's interviews. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because like he's not even funny.
Yeah, he's definitely not funny.
He's not funny.
That nigga do
but
not
he's
make
like
me
a
laugh.
vibe though. Like his sarcasm like complements my sarcasm.
It's just some of his skits on YouTube and shit. They be so stupid that it's like
It's crazy because how he blew up versus him now, completely two different people.
100%.
Completely two different people.
100%.
It makes me feel like am I gonna be different when I
First couple of videos I saw, I was like, damn, this nigga hilarious. And then as he like got the light on him, it was like, man.
I mean, he changed up his content.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It took me a second to realize that. Is this what I've been laughing at?
Yeah. No, but he talks about like what like his transitions, like through his interview. Like he has a couple interviews out and he'll talk about like where he got his ideas, what made him change the shit. And because everybody's changing. Our generation's changing. Everybody's like leaning more towards certain things. So as he got older, he got like more influenced by other shit. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like you could literally see him grow mentally and through his content. Like he's an adult now.
I can see him getting into acting soon.
For sure.
I do think that he's definitely like a good character himself. You know,
He could play a good
With
slave.
personality. That's
I know it's crazy, but the nigga dresses like a slave on his platform.
That's
so I'm
funny
like,
as
how does
fuck.
he master dressing like a fucking Negro? Like, how do you just wake up and be like, I'm gonna dress like a Negro today?
Yeah, this is like, that's what I feel about Jonathan Major's ass. Like,
Oh, my
he getting
goodness.
canceled. I was like, they say he's supposed to be playing Otis Redding. I was like, damn. Before y'all cancel that nigga, let that nigga play Otis Redding. Just let him do that, then cancel his ass.
yeah.
Let him do all the old nigga movies.
Yeah,
Then
he
get him up
definitely
outta
got
there.
them strong ass features to do it.
Big ass old 1960s face. Let that nigga do all
I have
that.
a question. Did you guys just start? Y'all just started like hosting y'all studio, or this is something that you've always been doing?
Yeah, we just like really just started doing it.
Okay. Because I was like thinking about how y'all did it because I know Eric, when I met you guys, Eric would use y'all's studio. And I was always wondering, like, did y'all always have y'all's door open, like, to content creators?
Nah, we probably should have started doing it, but like,
Yeah.
nah. We used to just let Eric, because Eric the homie. Well, Eric my homie. I don't know how Jill feel about him.
Eric, good people. I fuck with Eric, man.
Eric the
Don't do that.
homie, so he's the one to use it. I like, anytime you want to use it, come through.
I just feel like we should, like, get together and, like, create, like, a content creating hub, you know?
We definitely do.
Like, for people to come create their content, whether it's under your platform, my platform, their platform, so Jacksonville can develop good fucking content. Cause I'm tired of seeing some of the shit I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I definitely noticed, like, we definitely rubbing off on the city, because I noticed,
You
like,
see it, right?
Yeah, once we start doing our shit, and then once you start doing your shit, everybody, I ain't gonna say everybody else is as good as us, but I did see some people starting to
And I mean
step
like
that shit
a
up.
lot of people. And it's kind of like some known people in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen somebody podcast the other day, they had some words on their shit. I was like, okay, that's that.
They had some words.
They had some words on the screen. I said, that's that RAOP off the top influence right there.
How do you feel about that though? Because a lot of people would like send me other people's podcasts, and I think, you know how I said I kind of changed my headspace of how I'm seeing things because I'm like maturing and getting more business savvy. So myself right now, when people are sending it to me, I feel like they want me to be nasty. How it initially was with the saltiness with me and you guys, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is great. Like now I feel like I need to reach out to them and be like, hey, this is awesome. Let me know if, I can help. Let me know if you want to collab. Like I find myself doing that. And then I find people like being like, oh, they trying to be like you. Oh, they trying to do what you doing. And I don't like that. How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about seeing it?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really come across that a lot. You talking about as far as like the quality, like in the content and whatnot?
And just everybody wanting to do it. Like every day, somebody posts something about a podcast or reposts a podcast.
See, I'm kind of different towards it. I notice it. I notice more people getting podcasts around the city, but see, what made me start podcasting was Joe Rogan. So when I used to watch Joe Rogan, it was like 1 billion white people with podcasts.
Yeah.
Now it's like more black people getting more podcasts. Yeah, it's more niggas getting more podcasts. But I'm used to the podcast game being oversaturated from white people.
Yeah.
Now it's like being oversaturated from black people. So I don't really see any issues with it. The people that have issues with it is like
the people that
didn't really follow podcasts like that.
Yeah,
right.
That's crazy because Joe Rogan was probably my first podcaster I was introduced to, and I love him.
Yeah, I used to be a hardcore Joe Rogan. I don't listen to him anymore, but I used to listen to Joe Rogan and Bill Burr podcast every single day.
Yeah, I love him.
So,
love a bald guy.
So that's when people be like, "Oh, you got the good quality." That's where I get it from, because the white podcasters, they gonna have the top of the line quality.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I'm doing it, I gotta have the top of the line quality. I gotta stand out from people. Like, we done had some niggas come in here. They're like, "Oh, nigga, I can't wait to see the clip, because you don't have the words on that motherfucker."
The words.
They act like I invented that shit. I had one dude. He did the interview. I'm gonna be honest, I ain't dropped no clips because I ain't really fuck with bro vibe. And he was like, "Bro, what my clip out with the words on it?" I ignored him. I was like, "Nah, you don't get the
They
words."
want that words. I'm like, you don't get the words.
I was like, "You don't get the words."
I ain't gonna lie. I posted somebody clip and it didn't have words on it. They said, "What are words?" I said, "What words?" What words? This is when I first started doing it, because I was using, I ain't gonna say what I was using, but I was using one thing and I switched over using another thing. Shout out to my producer, but it was lit from there. When he showed me what I needed to do, I was like, "Oh, okay, say less, boy."
And the words is kind of like, I like it. It's cool, but it kind of like handicap the content. I'll be like, it's a podcast that I produced for. I did some clips for them, and they was like, "Where the words?" And I was like, "You don't want to do every clip with the words on it.
Correct.
You don't want to do every clip diagonal,
Because it's gonna take away from the message.
You want to get the ambiance of your set also. Right. When you do the clips and they jump, you don't get to see the whole set. You just see a motherfucker talking with words in front of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I saw your podcast that you're producing. How come you didn't like put it under your channel?
Good question.
Because that's the only way. I mean, that's not the only way, but that's my authoritative way of doing things. Like, for people that want to get their shit done, I'll do it. And if you're, if you have a good following, if you're consistent, shit, I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
And if you deliver the content, I'll do that shit for free. But it has to be under my platform.
That's a good point. I thought about it. I just was kind of like, when they presented it to me, I was like, I'll just like do the behind the scenes. But I definitely want, like you said, I definitely want in the future get like pretty much like a hub and kind of like do how No Jumper do it, where they have like 1 million podcasts.
That's exactly
on one
what
channel.
I'm trying to do. Yeah. In Jacksonville though, like I'm trying to do that in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So when people come to Jacksonville, they know they got to go to the radio station. Honestly, nobody listens to radio anymore, but whatever. They got to go to the radio station, but they definitely have to come on the podcast.
Definitely.
Like people, when they come through the city, they know they have to tap in here because this podcast is here, that podcast is here. Everybody that got a podcast is in this one building. Yeah. I feel like that shit will be like, oh my God, that'll be a game changer.
Yeah, Eric. So
we're gonna manifest this.
We're gonna make it. We've been talking about Eric a million times in the episode. He was definitely getting on to me the other day. He was like, every podcast you have in your studio, it should be on your channel. And
every single one.
Like,
Instagram's different.
You got a good point.
Instagram's different. Obviously, Facebook's different. All that other shit. But YouTube, that's where you got your copyrighted content, and then the streaming platforms with the audio, like. Even then, like you can separate it. They can get their stream and they can get their audio. Okay, cool. I want YouTube because that's how I'm doing it. I got one podcast I'm about to start doing, and I'm very nervous about it. So what? Give me some advice.
All right. So
am I taking y'all off of y'all's flow?
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of don't even want to do them questions no more.
Oh.
I kind of like this conversation more, even though the question was straight. We did answer. We answered them later on. Yeah. All right, so if you gonna do this, you gonna have to be blunt with niggas, cause you gonna get some people, cause you gonna put it on your YouTube channel.
Right.
Me personally, if I was to do some shit like that, so is your YouTube monetized?
Not yet. Don't I have to like apply or whatever? I mean, I have the followers now.
4,000. It's 1,000 subscribers.
4,000 watch hours.
Yeah.
But they have to like clear me, right? They have to review. I have to review.
Yeah. You sent it in, right?
No.
Oh, send it in. Send it in so you get monetized.
I have like a lot of copyright shit on there.
That don't matter.
Okay. That's what I'm scared of.
It don't matter. That shit.
They just won't monetize those videos. They'll take them down.
Okay.
It depends on what kind of copyright. If you got like it's blocked somewhere, then you won't. If it's just like copyright, let's say you got like somebody's song playing or something like that, or you may have like curse or something.
That's what it is.
You won't get the full amount. It'll be like a yellow dollar sign instead of a green one.
Okay.
So when you monetize your channel, each video gonna be broken down of how much money that video made. It's gonna tell you like the exact dollar how much that video made. Me personally, if I was the dude put niggas on my channel, I would only really give them what that video made.
Yeah.
Why would you give them anything and you're producing it?
Well, I'm saying if anybody want to like, okay, you said you're gonna produce it for free.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, some people want to get paid.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna
No,
say
they get paid for they having their guests on their shit. Like there's other ways to monetize that YouTube money. That's my shit.
Okay.
Hell yeah! Like they wanna do sponsorship. So the people I don't have on my podcast, I wanna get sponsorships from this club. Is it okay if we put it on your platform? That's fine. They paying you.
Yeah.
Okay, you can keep that shit. I'ma just want this. Like
Yeah. Some niggas not.
This is what I want.
Some niggas not ambitious like that. Some people don't really think that like, oh, my guests, I'm gonna charge them to come on here. Like
I'm gonna charge my sponsors. I'm gonna charge people to play so I play their music in my intro and outro. Like,
but let's say you have a show where like they don't have guests that they can charge. It's just like, let's say you got a podcast. This is like 3 niggas, like they just homies.
yeah, there's still different ways to monetize though.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely for sure. They could do ads and stuff like
It's
that.
me talking like I know and I don't even do it. I just know there's different ways. I just ain't got into it.
I'm just saying you gonna get a nigga that he be like he gonna see how much money he gonna see you making money on YouTube and he gonna want a piece of that shit. I done seen a million channels be like that.
For sure.
And I'll be like, what nigga, whatever money you made off that YouTube channel, off that YouTube video, that's all you get, nigga.
That's all you getting.
Cause let's say me and Joe do live streams, and let's say we have a person on our channel, and me and Joe do a live stream, and we get niggas donating $10, $5, and they donated to me and Joe. Let's say we got somebody on that's gonna be on our podcast network, and they see us getting that bread, and they gonna want that bread too. And I'm like, no, nigga,
No,
they
that's
said
not how it
that
works.
to us.
Yeah.
Let's pull up your
For
video
sure.
right now. Oh, your video only made $1. Nigga, you getting $1.
You getting
You getting $1, nigga.
Yeah, I mean the goal would be to get each of them to build their engagement. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you get what you work for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really
Put in the
nervous, but I'm
time, put in the
excited.
effort.
Because both of the people have a big personality, so I'm sure it'll go good.
Yeah. You just got to iron. If you're doing business with anybody, you just got to iron out the details.
It's just really hard for me because I'm a female, and 2, I don't have a co-host. It's just me.
Yeah.
So it's every single episode. I'm building a fan base off of just me, not
trust.
me and someone else's relationship. Usually when people watch podcasts, it's 2 people and they fall in love with y'all's relationship. They're like, oh, I love how these niggas just chill. These niggas so cool. They best friends and they live through y'all's 2 relationship. But if it was just you or just him, there wouldn't be a connection. So it's really hard for people to connect to my platform because I'm by myself. So I find myself fucking talking to myself sometimes when I don't have no conversation to talk to people about. Cause like fuck.
Salute. One of my I call him my OG. I never met him. Combat Jack. Rest in peace to him. I remember this quote that he said every day before our podcast. He said, "If you need a guest, you don't got a show." And I just remember that.
Facts.
I remember that, and I know for a fact you have guests on your show, but I know for a fact you could probably do a episode by yourself.
I can.
Exactly.
And people have actually asked me that. They were like, when are you going to do one with just you?
Yeah.
And I was like, what dumbass shit? Like, what, how?
Yeah.
I would have to go live and like engage with people.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I can just sit here and just talk.
I think
Because
you
I'm
can.
naturally an introvert.
Yeah, if you talk for a living, me for example, I don't really do podcasts by myself. But if I was to come in here and do a podcast, I could do a 2-hour podcast by myself easily.
Really?
I used to do Twitch streaming. Twitch, you on there by yourself. You got to entertain
but you
people
got an
by yourself.
audience, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's I mean, shit, I don't know. I got to
you don't
motivate
know-
myself to
you
do
don't know
it.
that you won't know until
So
you
I try,
it.
yeah. I've gotten that. Like, you should just not do a co-host. Like, people keep telling me, you don't need a co-host, you don't need a co-host. I'm like, bitch, I need guests then. Like, it's either a co-host or a guest. I want a co-host so bad, and I want a female co-host. But it's so hard to get females to sit in front of the camera and be themselves, be authentic, and not give a fuck. Because I literally don't give a fuck what comes out of my mouth, which is sad. I'm working on it. I'm an adult and I'm self-aware. But like nobody's really like that. So I be feeling like lonely sometimes. I'm like, damn, I gotta stick with niggas because niggas really don't give a fuck. It's every other time. That's why people keep asking me why I got so many niggas on my podcast, because girls don't want to get on my podcast. They see me being open and being myself. That's intimidating.
Yeah.
So
I did watch the couple episodes you had with Tokyo. It's pretty good.
yes, I want her to be my co-host. When she came out with her podcast, I'm like, oh my God. I was so happy. And then I was like, come be a co-host on mine. Now you have 2 podcasts.
Tokyo Jets.
Tokyo,
Tokyo Mafia.
The dancer.
She's a stripper. Is that disrespectful saying stripper?
how you said it was very aggressive.
Oh, my fault.
She's a stripper.
Yeah, you did kind of
fault,
come
man.
off.
My
She's
fault.
a dancer. Because, you know, dancer, they can be anything. She's a ballet
yeah.
dancer,
Oh, okay.
urban.
Well, if people watch our shit, they
She's a
know
stripper.
they know we pro sex workers.
Yeah,
Right,
she's a dancer, and she has like a stripper podcast now.
Yeah.
And it's kind of similar to the one like you have with the 304 Talk podcast, where they talk about like the adult
Them some
entertainment.
hoes. They talking about shit. I'm assuming Tokyo. I'm assuming Tokyo talking about stripping. These girls talking about selling coochie. So I
No, literally, but no, Tokyo does talk about that too. Like they be talking about tricking and like having sex. Wait, so let me be clear. They really be doing that.
Oh,
that's what. Yeah, watch the episode. You ain't seen the episode yet?
I mean, I seen the first
if
one.
the stripper wasn't hard
And the first one, the hose was disrespectful.
Hey man, that's what it's called. 304
Oh, them
Talk.
some hoes.
No, but it's just like I saw the first episode, and basically the first episode was introducing the podcast.
Yeah.
And after that, I would just see the clips and I would see all the questions. People really fuck with her platform though. Like a lot of people. Like she made that shit, and her numbers like
Blew up
first
overnight.
episode
Blew up overnight.
overnight. I was like, oh my God. People love this whole shit. Like
Yeah, with that 304 shit, it's stripping, and then like you selling that cat. Because there's a bunch of strippers that most likely don't sell coochie.
yeah.
They just
Most
strip.
of them
100%.
don't sell
That's very
coochie
true.
though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
very
So
true.
it sucks
Very
when
true.
people associate stripping with prostitution.
selling?
Yeah, because those are different caliber of bitches. Like there's a cutthroat and there ain't no throat to cut
Yeah.
type of bitch. Like that's different. I don't know, but you know, shit. I'm stressing and struggling right now, so the thought has crossed my mind. What do you do? So you filmed those episodes.
Yeah, film.
What are you thinking when you're like sitting there listening to the girls be like, "Yeah, let a nigga shit on me for 30,000."
I'll be like, man, this is a different life than I live.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
crazy because my dad listened to an episode. I was like, dog, don't listen to this.
Yeah.
Stop listening to this.
Stop
Don't talk to
listening
me about this.
Or listen to it and don't say that to me about this.
But that's so cool that you can bring someone's like vision to life.
Yeah.
Like that's dope.
I tried the same thing I do with 304 Talk. I tried to do it with another female podcast in Jacksonville, and they didn't because I think I was telling Joe this for like a long ass time.
I know
Or
who you're talking about.
Somebody, I was like, man, if I get an all girl podcast, I'm gonna blow up.
Mm-hmm.
I can blow it up in like seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we got 304 Talk. I blew that shit up in a second. I was like, I just need a woman podcast. Like
Mm-hmm.
it could
That's
be
serious,
it could be
yeah.
2 women I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna blow that shit up instantly because I just know the insides and outs of the podcast game, and then I run into some issues that we have on here, and I'm like, damn, we 2 dudes, we can't do that. I was like, but if I'd had the girls,
Yeah.
there it
The
is.
women definitely have an advantage of having their platform. There's
Exactly.
more like versatility. Like we could do and say a lot of things more topics to be comfortable and open with. But then I know guys that, are the same way too. But
yeah, and also it's like a taboo on guys doing podcasts anyway. Yeah.
what are one of the things that you think that I could have done differently or can do differently now? You too, Joe. Like, give me some corrective criticism because you guys are the OGs. I look up to you guys, so I need y'all to be like, "Hey, what you really need to do," or "Hey, I noticed you don't do this."
I'm gonna be honest. I think the way you did your shit, I think you pretty much mastered
Covered
the
the
shit.
ground. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's like it's but so much. It's people
It's
think
hard to critique. You know what I mean? Like what you're doing right now because you have the quality, you have the guests. You know what I mean? You're still in your early stages, so your conversation's gonna become more fluent once you get guests that you're not as comfortable with. You'll feel a little more comfortable in yourself to carry the episode through. So
yeah, I would go a different route. I would say to have a successful podcast, it's really not that many elements. People think it's like rocket science. It's really not. You got to have the quality of the video got to look good. Sound quality got to be good. You got to make sure you have your shit on all platforms. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't listen to your podcast on Spotify and all that, so I don't know if
That's where I'm struggling. I don't keep up with my audio. I don't run ads. That's where I'm struggling right now is the business side.
You get more
streamings and things. Like I don't know the inside.
You get more on video than audio?
I just YouTube and then sometimes I'll strip my audio with the YouTube 5S, put it on Buzzsprout, the hosting site.
See, it's gonna be hard for me to help you because we like you see, you call us OGs. I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but like we was podcasting before it was like video. So like
shit,
we was like audio only at a one point.
Y'all are veterans.
So yeah, like our audio is like 10 times more than we get on the videos.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so it's like that's where we came from. So most people comfortable just listening, like not even seeing us.
Oh my God.
I remember we did a live podcast. This was before Joe was on the podcast. It was my other co-host, Devin. We did a live podcast. We never did no video. When the people came to the live podcast, that was their first time ever even seeing us.
Seeing us like, these are these niggas look like?
Yeah, it was people. It was like literally people coming inside the building, walking past us. Mm-hmm. And we was like, damn, it was like,
what?
I think our first live podcast had like 30 people.
That's
they
pretty
walked
cool.
right past us. They didn't know how we looked because we didn't do video. We wasn't doing video at that point.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, that's pretty dope though. That would be one of my goals then. That is a goal that I want to make for myself. I feel like I've been talking about it more and I feel like the tongue is powerful. So I always say, I need to learn how to do my YouTube ads. I need to learn how to market myself because I don't market myself. I let people do it for me because I got guests every episode. So that was easier for me versus having a co-host and it just be me and my co-host just doing the strict groundwork.
All right. So before you do your episodes on video, do you say like, make sure you subscribe to Spotify like at the beginning? Not at the end. Do it at the beginning.
Yeah. I just started doing that. I say YouTube though. Yeah.
Right. Shit. Just say one. Don't say all of them. Spotify, Apple.
Yeah. I'm only on Spotify and Amazon Music, and I got like maybe 1,000 downloads since I started the podcast.
I shouldn't be saying this because we got like a little distribution thing with Spotify, but get on Apple. I shouldn't be saying that, but get on Apple because Apple got like it's a subscription also. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, we got way more people on Apple than Spotify.
Yeah. I think I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to sit down one day and learn how to do it. But I feel like that could really boost me up because people like my voice.
Yeah.
So I feel like I should just really take it seriously and do that. Then.
Know what you probably should start doing?
What?
When you post the clips, post like clips of like the audio only. Just like maybe like a picture of it. And then
I see other podcasts doing that with the word waves.
Yeah, the word waves do that too. Just like post that.
Really?
Try it.
Shit, I'm gonna do that with D Watkins episode. I got the audio, I just don't have the visual.
Shit, try that. That might be your first one. Like this is an audio exclusive.
Oh, you're right. That's how I was gonna promote his episode. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna post it. I mean, and his name itself does really good numbers on streaming platforms. So I was just gonna do that, but I didn't even think about it like that. Audio exclusive.
Yeah, all exclusive. Post a little.
Make people subscribe to the Instagram so they can see the visual and find out there's no visual.
Yeah, it's on spot. It's on Spotify. I bet your numbers go up.
Yeah. Damn, I'm gonna do that then. Thanks for that advice, friend.
Yeah, try that. You got any more advice? Oh yeah.
Joe?
Also, you got the clips on. You got the clips down pat. That's like most of. I be telling podcasts like it's some podcasts. They done got. I'm taking shots at niggas. They done had their podcast 5 or so years. They've been at 50 subscribers all them years. Like, cause nigga, you don't post no clips or anything, nigga. Post clips. That's like the most important thing.
And the thing about with the clips is you don't want to post too much because then niggas aren't gonna go to YouTube, and that's where I fuck up. Like, why do I have 30K, 35K on YouTube or on Instagram? 1,000 subscribers on fucking YouTube.
I would say don't post more than 2 or 3.
Yeah. I over post it and over promote these episodes to where people are like, I ain't gotta subscribe to shit. It's all on. Because I get so clip happy. I'm like, bro, they gotta see this shit. Y'all gotta see this shit. Like, everything. And it's crazy because I don't post every single thing. So if you think 1 clip is good from this episode or 2 clips are good, it's crazy that people don't watch the whole episode. Because I don't even clip the real viral moments. You get what I'm saying? It's like, you got to go watch the whole episode.
Yeah, they'll get to it eventually. Because I had the same thing on TikTok. I was like, damn, they got a bunch of TikTok followers. But like, that don't show on the YouTube. But then it'll be funny because it'll show on the audio. And you're like, what the fuck? It's
that call to action. Like, you got to force people to click the link. You know, niggas don't like clicking the link and subscribing because then they got to make a Gmail account. And then it's like getting a nigga to make a YouTube is like crazy hard. For sure.
Just click it. Just click the shit. You ain't got to download nothing. Just click that button. Put the link tree in the bio. Click that motherfucker.
Yeah. Did y'all always charge people to get on the podcast? When did that start?
We don't really charge people that much, man.
Or the application fee. Who decided to do that?
I feel like it was a mutual thing. You know what I'm saying?
Was that recent?
Nah, it was a while ago.
So look, I feel like this. One reason why we do charge is because
we acting weird because we don't like to advertise that we charge for interviews. So that's why we acting weird right now.
Yeah, just leave this part out. You know what I mean? Timestamp 141.
I mean, not everybody has to, but
I mean,
you got to be eligible. If you're not eligible, then if you're worth the labor and the investment, I mean, it is what it is.
Let's put it out there. Not everybody has been on here paid to be on here, but it's some people. Some people have paid to be on here.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this. We do produce great content, great quality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For you to reach out to us, we have no real plans and intentions of it. It does become work at that point. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
We're already doing a lot with our own shows and such. So adding in the time to research and whatnot, your music and all of that. You know what I mean? And there's no disrespect to nobody, but sometimes it's easier to say, okay, here's the charge.
Yeah. It is a lot of work. Making something out of, no offense, but nothing. Yeah. Like, you don't give me much to work with.
Yeah. And you got to think, people don't keep in mind, it take a long ass time to edit a podcast video.
Who are you telling?
Hours. So
hours and hours and hours.
I need a reimbursement for my time. So there you go.
For sure. And I don't even get paid. People think the money come to me. I pay my cameraman the application fee. I went up on it so he can get paid more. See, I don't even pocket the money that I make from my podcast.
We ain't got no cameraman. I want a cameraman, but I ain't trying to pay a nigga some stuff I could do.
Yeah.
Right. And I thought the same thing, but it's just like somebody got to do it. I work a 9 to 5, so it's like somebody got to do it. Now, if I throw in a free episode, if I really, somebody really been supporting my podcast and be like, you need to have me on, I'll let you come on. I'll just edit. I'll just take that, take that workload and tell my cameraman, like, just record it, I'll edit it or some shit. But for the most part, like, he gets all the money. I don't see no money. I ain't seen no money. That's the tea.
Shout out the cameraman. He getting that bag.
Yeah,
for sure.
That nigga bagged up, man.
For sure.
Man. I ain't gonna put no salt and break in. Salute him, whoever you is. But yeah, I ain't paying no cameraman. If we get a cameraman, I mean we getting a crazy.
But like, think about it. Like, I be filming 3 episodes back to back in one day. Like, the shit's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like this whole week, every single day I got off work, I work 10, 11 hours. Get off work, go straight to the studio.
Yeah, you ain't got no time to edit shit.
I don't have no time to edit anything. I don't even have time to eat. I get off of work, I have to come straight here. This is my off day, so I don't record today, and I don't record tomorrow. But the whole weekend,
this ain't feel like work, did it? A therapy session.
Definitely a therapy session. Definitely a therapy session.
We learned something. You learned something.
Yeah, because I mean, actually, no. I don't think it's work, though. Like, the podcast don't be like work for me.
It be feeling like work sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Like, when I have to make sure everything look good, I don't like that part. But other than that, yeah, just coming in, being the content, and leaving, I love that. Yeah. Because it's easy.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, if you keep doing it, you ain't got to do the 9 to 5.
I think I'm always work. I'm probably not going to be full-time. But I like what I do. So.
You ain't to the point. You want to fuck this job.
No, I love what I do. People ask me that all the time. Like, why are you still working? I'm like, what the fuck? So either people think I work too much, or some people think I don't have a job and I have a sugar daddy.
Oh, why would they think that?
I don't know, because
you're a woman, I guess.
Yeah, because I have a nice house, I have nice cars. They're like, okay, she got a nigga taking care of her. I don't. So the applications are ready to be filled out.
You got to be like Eric.
You got to be like Eric with money.
I thought you were talking about the damn interview application.
Oh no. I was like, well, sugar daddy application. Shit, I want one. I ain't knocking no sugar daddy. But that was like a thing. Like, everybody thought I had a sugar daddy. I remember I told my friend like, oh, I can't go, I have to work. She was like, bitch, you work? Mind you, I knew you for like 2 years. Like, she's like, I can't believe you have a real job. I'm like, what the fuck you thought I did? OnlyFans or something? Bitch like, yeah, I thought you was just a stripper and you did OnlyFans on the side. And I'm like, girl, no.
Yeah, you get mostly, a lot of women don't be having jobs now. So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, especially in Jacksonville.
I don't have like a lot of female, I don't have a lot of female friends. So I was like, bitches is really not working.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Well, a lot of people in Jacksonville, period, don't be working. You see, it was at that Nardo Wick video shoot.
Whoa.
1 p.m.
Yes, had the whole city out. Nigga didn't have no jobs. It was a Monday. Went in a Monday.
1 p.m. on a Monday. Had the city on tilt. Nobody got a job in Jacksonville.
It's a city on tilt.
Nobody got a job out this motherfucker.
Crazy. That's crazy. Did y'all, so y'all didn't go to it?
No, I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah. I was not. I mean, I love it and I support it, but I was like, there's no way I'm actually physically, my body is going to be out there with all those people.
I'll let the kids have fun.
I thought it was going to be a whole bunch of kids skipping school. Like, no, it was straight adults, hood niggas, grown ass men screaming, little baby.
Justina, like, I know what go on over there. You know what I mean? That was the first place I moved to when I was in Jacksonville. I know what happened in Justina. Shit, I wasn't going out there.
That's Sin City. For sure.
Well, I figured it wasn't gonna be dangerous, but there's just too many people.
Bro, I thought little baby came out there on a helicopter damn near. How they treated him, he treated him like the president. Yeah. They had the whole JSO in Zone 4. I think that area is Zone 4. They called all units on the outside of Zone 4. It was crazy. I've never seen that many police officers in one section of Jacksonville.
Yeah, when that happened, I was like, I know people won't act right. It's just like, that area is just too small for that many people. Like
Sin City, be for real. Yeah. Not St. John's Bluff or something.
Yeah. Well, he's from over there. So
he couldn't get a little south with it.
Yeah. He had to bring it back to his hood. That's where he's from. So that kind of made sense that he did. He's a Southside superstar. That's
why y'all want to. Y'all gonna get, if y'all get Nardo on the podcast, y'all gotta bring me the co-host, do a collab.
But I'm assuming, I would assume a Nardo Wick interview would be 10 minutes at the most.
Yeah, he doesn't talk a lot.
That nigga don't talk.
He doesn't talk a lot. He doesn't. But he's really smart.
Yeah.
He's really smart. That's one thing. Like.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. He just don't talk. He's just like, and then when he do talk, like.
Yeah. He don't be trying to say too much.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah, 100%.
Key low key. Like none of the young rappers around his age low key at all. So.
I think his persona is perfect.
Yeah.
It fits him too. Like it fits. How do y'all feel about the artist that sounds like Nardo? Baby Boy.
Baby Boy?
He's an artist that sounds just like Nardo.
He from here?
He lives in Jacksonville. He's originally from Chicago, but he grew up in Jacksonville. He sounds just like Nardo. You guys ever heard of Baby Boy?
Nah.
Is the big dude?
Can we please pull him up before we like go?
Yeah,
No, he's a little dude. He's literally just turned 20 years old. I had him on my podcast. He sounds like Nardo. His style kind of is like Nardo, like how he just carries himself. His voice itself sounds like Nardo, not just his music. He did a skit with Jordan Ross. You guys know who Jordan Ross is?
Yeah.
The nigga that do the car shit. So that's how he went viral.
You gotta spell it out because the movie gonna pop up.
Baby Boy Sir. Type in Sir. Baby Boy. His page got deleted. Hold on. Let me go to his page.
And he's 20.
He just turned 20. His YouTube is... Let me go. Go to channels. It's Baby Boy, one word.
Oh, Baby Boy. Okay, one word.
Who? If you heard this boy music,
This shit not
you
popping
would
up.
think. Oh, go to channel. You gotta filter it. Go to channel.
Oh, okay,
you know
okay.
when you ain't got that many followers or whatever, this shit don't pop up.
Okay, there we go.
Baby Boy, right there.
That's something? Okay.
Yeah, like look the picture, like oh god. Go to bully.
Oh,
Shout out to Baby Boy, by the way. I can't wait till this episode comes out.
This whole aesthetic is Nardo. He's from here, you said?
Well, Chicago, but he was raised
Chicago.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that part searching.
It's like close your eyes and
Been
listen.
trying to focus on this rap shit. Say I'm from out of town, I'ma show him how we rap shit. Gang, big body Jeep come with trash. Told my driver park the car on they block with some trash. I got a switch on my Glock, I got
He's
a fetish for
doing
that
Nardo
fast.
with,
I just rock
no
up, pull
offense
up
to
to
him,
a
but
mirror, denim, call it
I'm gonna pause it. He doing Nardo with cosplay pretty much.
Yeah.
So I have a reel on my podcast where I was asking him like, how do you feel about people making you like saying you sound like Nardo? And he was like, shit, that means I'm doing something right. He said the right thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, that means I'm doing something right.
Yeah,
They
I'm-
compare people that are about to be great to the greats. Like everybody that's finna be great. That's what he had said. And I was like, damn, you snap.
Yeah, the only person that I know that be getting compared to Nardo is like Reese Montana. That's probably about it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They be saying he sound like Nardo.
I
Actually,
find-
it was like a controversy when he was on here. People
Really?
Like, people like saying like they posted on Duval promo. They're saying like he was stealing Nardo style and whatnot. But yeah, people was vouching for him. They're saying like he was doing that before Nardo. So there you go.
Yeah, the game is the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm trying to sound like RAOP.
We gonna clip that part. We gonna post that on. We have Monty
I'm
on
trying to sound like RAOP.
We appreciate the flowers though. We appreciate
For sure.
you doing an amazing
Did I
job.
give you guys flowers? Oh, they delivered.
We giving everybody. We giving you your flowers. You giving us our flowers because we both recognize that we the best in the city, and it's good that we both motivating each other to do better. And
Finally,
finally, we definitely need to collab and work on shit.
for sure. I'm down.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys for having me.
no problem.
No doubt, no doubt.
Guess we're gonna plug it. You gonna plug your stuff, Monty?
YouTube, because YouTube's where the money's at. We just established that off the top. And on Instagram _ off the top podcast. My personal page, Monty the Real Gemini.
All right, man. This has been another episode of Random Acts of Podcast. Follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/REO Podcast. Tap in. Our Discord going crazy.
100%. If you ain't there, you should be. So go ahead and tap in.
We got the best. I'm gonna say it, we got the best Discord in podcasting.
Man, sign up, pay the 10. Fall
5,
in.
25, all that
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Subscribe to the YouTube, youtube.com/Random Acts of Podcast. REO podcast on all platforms. Shout out to Monty. This was a really good episode. I love this episode.
For sure.
And with all that said, we out.
Thanks, guys.